And a good Monday, everybody. Welcome into Chase and Big Joe 1025 The Game. Hope you're having a wonderful day to this point. He is Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos. Gentlemen, how's your weekend?
Really good, man. We all with different places, but we're all back together at one point here. So, yeah, good to be home.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
can go home again.
Sure can, indeed. It is draft week. It is finally here. All of the posturing and reports and the insider reports are happening out there. So you got your Schefters and your Rappaports that are, out there talking to these teams and everything. And so going to be interesting to see what happens come Thursday, Friday, and then into the weekend. But it's finally here.
Can't wait. I mean, it's going to be, you're right, all the posturing and, I'm hearing this, I heard that, this GM's wanting this, blah, blah, blah. But this is one of the most exciting drafts, I think, lead-ups we've had in a long time, mainly because last year we knew the Titans were going to pick number one Cam Ward, and now they got 4. We don't know what's going to happen, and everything's going crazy, so I'm looking forward to it.
I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but I did want to bring it up. Had the opportunity this weekend to go to Notre Dame for the first time. I had never stepped foot on that campus before, and go into the stadium. Luke Combs played a concert, and I know people say this, but I feel like after being inside that stadium, it's true that when you go into a historical place, you just literally the feeling of history is tangible.
Sure.
And when you walk through the concourses, they have all these like banners of like historic games, versus Michigan State versus Southern Cal, or whatever. And I'm fascinated by looking at all of this and sitting. We were basically on like the 40-yard line, what would be the 40-yard line, on like the third row, great seats from the field. And I'm just like, there was a moment where my girlfriend was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, I'm just
soaking it up.
I'm just soaking it in. Like, you see touchdown Jesus, and you think about like all the people that have played on that field. There was a point where Luke Combs does a song called "One Too Many," and there's he does the recorded version with Brooks and Dunn, and he goes, let's shotgun one, and Ronnie Dunn and Kix Brooks were like, we'll shotgun one with you, Luke. And you hear the crack of the beer can and all that stuff. So he does that, and there's like a pause, and the lights go out, and Jerome Bettis, Sam Hartman, Riley Leonard,
wow,
and I'm blanking on who the other one was, came out and shotgun a beer with Luke Combs, and it was awesome.
How can you forget the other one?
Because I had shotgun a few at that point.
Nice.
Oh man, it was Joe Alt. Joe Alt was the other one.
Okay,
that's who it was. Yeah. So it was Luke Combs, Jerome Bettis, Sam Hartman, Riley Leonard, Joe Alt.
Still Joe Alt. He should be here in Nashville instead of Jason.
Well, when I saw him, I was like, man,
right.
Like I wish he was.
Gosh,
I wish he was here.
No doubt.
Jerome Bettis got obviously the biggest cheers, because the bus.
Yeah, it's Jerome Bettis, right?
He struggled a little bit on shotgunning the beer, but that's okay.
Oh man, it's Bettis, right?
Yeah, but it was super cool, being there and walking around campus beforehand and stuff. It's kind of weird. Like you're in this small town, and all of a sudden, boom, you're on campus.
I've never been. I've been by, but I've never like been in there.
Bathroom situation sucks, I'll tell you that. But those old stadiums kind of have that, and when you drink a bunch of beer, you sign up for that.
Did you have the old trough? Were you standing around?
No, it just there weren't a lot to choose from.
Okay,
so that's kind of how it was. But it was cool. If you've never been to Notre Dame, I highly recommend. I want to go back for a game. That would be. I guess it counts that I've been to the stadium, but I haven't been to a game there.
Yeah, I don't know how you would figure that out. Like, is it one of those things like, all right, I've been there, or do you have to actually see a game to be there?
But it was very, very cool to go check it out.
Nice.
I saw this on X this morning, and I said, I have to bring this up to Big Joe. Do you know the significance of April 20th, 1982, the Reds taking on the Braves in Atlanta?
The Braves started 18-0.
12-0.
12-0.
And which was a major league record.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Wow.
They started Dale Murphy made the catch in the outfield to end the game, and they got the win. They got their 12th win in a row to start. They started the year off 13-0 is what they ended up doing, but 12-0 was the record. The pitcher was Garber.
Gene Garber.
A
relief pitcher.
Yeah, he was a relief pitcher. He came in. But here's the funny part about this. So, do you know who the manager was?
The Braves? Yep. Was it Joe Torre?
It was Joe Torre.
Right.
He was in his first year as the manager. The Mets had fired him at the end of the 81 season. The Braves fired Bobby Cox.
That's right.
Yep. And so Bobby goes to the Blue Jays at the age of 40. Torre, at the age of 41, comes to the Braves, which he had become an all-star catcher for during the 60s, and they won their first 13 regular season games en route to winning the National League West Division title, their first since 1969.
Wow.
And they would lose
Brewers
to,
the Cardinals.
They
Cardinals
lose to
beat
the
the
Cardinals
Brewers in the World Series.
Yeah,
that's right.
So that's how it was in the 82.
And now the Braves are rolling. They might be the best team in baseball.
But I thought you would appreciate. I saw the video. I thought you would appreciate that old Glenn Hubbard playing over.
Yeah, is it a Fulton County Stadium video?
Yeah, Fulton County Stadium.
Yes.
They're wearing those white with the blue trim uniforms.
Beautiful. That was a fun year, man. 82. Then they filmed a movie called The Slugger's Wife during that season, which was a terrible movie. Rebecca De Mornay and the guy that was in Caddyshack and played the young kid. Pascual Perez on that team. That was a fun time, man. That's when cable hit. You got TBS. Yeah, good times. Walking down memory lane.
So I thought you would enjoy that.
Thank you, buddy.
I'll start things off. But John McClain going to join us at 2:00 today. So we'll get the latest draft scuttlebutt from down in Houston.
Yep. Nick Cesario says that we're going to do this. Then they'll do that.
Dexter Lawrence goes to the Bengals. They give up the 10th overall pick, so their first round selection this year is Dexter Lawrence, and they pay him for a team that doesn't like to pay people. That's a pretty good move.
$28 million, right? To do that, and I love it. You don't know what you're going to get with the 10th pick. I mean, you got to hope Lawrence comes in there motivated, really kicks some ass. But the 10th pick, where it'll take years to develop. You got a guy that you plug in right now and get it done. So you lose Trey Hendrickson. I know they're not the same player, but you get Dexter Lawrence in there. Feel good about yourself.
Yeah, I like that move. I mean, because, we've talked about it here. One of the best ways to help your quarterback is to have a good defense.
That's right.
So
it's exactly right.
And that's been, I think, a really, a deficiency for them for the last few years. And so they're able to do that now. The Cowboys have made a move that's going to absolutely piss you off.
Get it? What is
They
it?
have paid kicker Brandon Aubrey $28 million over 4 years.
All right. That's a kicker. I don't mind. It's okay. Punter, yes. Be ridiculous.
Now, you don't like kickers either. You just,
for the most part,
you hate.
It's a personal thing, and Dr. Crane knows this. You're near practice and you're sweating your butt off, and they're already inside getting coffee. I mean, it just would drive you. Then they'd miss a damn kick.
Weren't you a long snapper though?
Yes.
So I mean, I think you would appreciate.
They'd let you down more often than not. By the way, teams with multiple first-round picks now. The Jets have 2 at 2 and 16. The Giants now have 2 at 5 and 10. The Browns have 2 at 6 and 24. Watch out for the Browns.
Agreed.
Kansas City's got 9 and 29. The Dolphins have 11 and 30. And your Cowboys have 12 and 20. Something's going to be in play for the Jets at 2 to take Jeremiah Love. And I could see the Browns giving up 6 and 24 to get number 2. And the Jets would have 3 picks at 6, 16, and 24. That'd be fantastic for them.
Well, you shared a clip this morning of Adam Schefter putting out there that there could be some movement
on the Jeremiah Love front.
Yeah. There is growing chatter in league circles that Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love is in play with Arizona at number 3 overall. Ideally, the Cardinals would like to find a team willing to trade up so they can acquire more picks, and there have already been exploratory calls, as one source described it, regarding the number 3 selection. But if the Cardinals hold on to their pick, some around the league believe they could pull an early draft surprise and take Love.
Tell you, man, they're going to stir it up for us.
This is what I've decided, though. If Love's not there at 4, trade back.
To where?
Top-heavy
draft.
I like 9 with Kansas City. I like getting 9. I think Jake did this morning with the Jimmy Johnson draft chart. You could get 9 and 40 for 4 and move back and give them like your 4th.
Okay.
So then you'd have 9, 35, and 40.
Then you're taking an offensive lineman. I mean, all the good guys are gone. I mean, all your pass rushers are gone.
Potentially. I mean, there's Tyson would be there, a receiver. You'd have some. I mean, I think Bain could fall back to 9. Would you be okay with that?
At Bain at 9?
If Bain fell to 9 and you had traded with Kansas City and you take Bain at 9.
Oh gosh, I don't know if he falls that far though. That's the thing.
I think with the stuff that came out last week, that might push him back to the end of the top 10.
But according to Borgant, they've all known for a while.
They can all say that they've known that, but it's like, does that change I don't like you at 4, but I like you 5 picks later.
Maybe. I don't think he's going to last, but if he's there at 9, sure. But I need another one in the first round.
To me, if you're sitting at 4, all right, so let's say it goes Mendoza, Bailey or Reese, Love. I mean, do you take one of Bailey or Reese? Whoever's.
I think so.
If you stick and pick at 4.
I mean, but again, you last year Abdul Carter was the guy. Like, he's going to come in and dominate. Again, it was terrible.
But what if Kansas City really loves Bailey, and they're like, "Hey, we'll give you 9, 40, and another pick."
Okay, yeah. I mean, you gobble up assets, but again, I don't want anything past the 3rd round. I don't want anything past the 3rd round with much early picks.
But I'd be cool with, if you can't get 2 first-rounders, I'd be cool with having 2 second-rounders,
yeah,
5 picks apart.
If you can get 5 picks in the first 100, I think that's fantastic. If you can somehow work that out, work away, you could do that. And the Titans are in a good spot right there. Now, it all depends what's going to happen with the Jets, and hopefully things like plan out ahead of time. Like, all right, here, the Raiders take Mendoza. All right, the Jets are going to make a trade with the Cowboys. That, so you kind of figure out what's going on and kind of have a clear path what's happening. I just think it's going to be chaotic Thursday night, man.
So this is what Jordan Reed for ESPN has come out with his final mock draft. That's all 7 rounds. So every pick, he goes Mendoza, Reese to the Jets, Francis Mayoga, the offensive tackle from Miami to Arizona, Bailey to Titans, Sonny Styles to the Giants, Carnell Tate to the Browns, Jeremiah Love to the Commanders at 7.
No, they ain't happening.
Mansour Delane to the Saints at 8, Ruben Bain to the Chiefs at 9, and then Downs, the safety from Ohio State, to the Giants at 10.
Everybody's talking about how great Love is, and this bozo's got him at 7. Ain't happening. He ain't going to fall that far.
Yeah,
he's just not.
I don't see it.
I mean, when Schefter puts out Schefter knows something. We puts out a tweet today that everybody's talking about Love at 3, and the Cardinals are talking, and everything's going on. That means there's multiple interest in movement up to get that guy. He's not going to fall to 7. It's not.
So, I mean, again, this is what we're going to be talking about.
3 days, baby. Bring it.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's the most anticipated draft I can remember in a long time. Because, again, last year we knew Ward was going at 1. Now we're like, all right, what's happening? Do they get Love? If they don't get him, do they get Bain or Bailey? Do they get Reese? What's going on here? I don't know. They can trade out. This hasn't happened before. 23-11 with Skoronski was kind of a letdown. 22 was, 16 or 18 with Burks. 21 was Farley getting drafted late. So it wouldn't, 20 was Wilson at 28th or whatever it was late in the draft. So this is fun.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. What is our question of the day?
All right, I came across this weekend and going through old pictures. Facebook memories can really hit you in the gut some days, and I hate it because it looks like it reminds you how stupid you are at one point in your life. But there's also a moment where it makes you feel like, oh, that's cool. So the question today is, what's one moment in your life that you would love to relive again? What's one moment in your life would you like to relive again? 615-737-1025. I came across a picture. It was a Jimmy Buffett concert, July 15th, 1994. I had a bunch of friends there. Some have passed away, but it was at Starwood. It was one of the greatest nights of my life. I'd love to relive that moment again. Started the tailgate, Forrest Gump had just come out, the movie theater. Everybody was there. It was one of the best nights of my life. I would relive that moment of seeing Jimmy Buffett at Starwood in 1994.
Question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. First time shooter, shoot for free. Just tell them that I, Chase McCabe, sent you and check them out at ariestactical.com. I'm fighting with two in my head. So
They're
Dr.
both
Crane,
good.
you go.
They're both good.
I'd say July 9, 2006, when Italy won the World Cup. I was in the soccer mood before the show, but that's just one of the just greatest shows and performances that soccer team's ever put on. I also remember what I ate that day. I had fried broccoli with garlic, and then we had pork chops later on that evening with a side of pasta.
What about something you were a part of? A moment with buddies and friends, and I get that's fine. That's a good moment. I get all that, but something that you experienced tangibly, that you were there and you had all that. That's kind of what the thing is. Those moments are great. There's no wrong answer here, but a moment you would absolutely love to relive again.
Mine would be January 23rd, 2000. My dad and I went to then Adelphia Coliseum to welcome back the AFC champion Tennessee Titans.
That's a good one.
And that was my first time inside the stadium. I was with my dad, and that was just a special moment we got to share together.
Good.
And
perfect.
Welcome the team back. So
that's what we're talking about.
And I think what's so cool about it now is I've gotten to know, Coach Fisher or Floyd or Derek and Chris, and talk to people that, were a part of that.
Pretty good.
But that, I would say that.
There you go.
This goes back to high school, but it was my senior year. We went to Gatlinburg. We always do a preseason tournament and won the whole thing. So
there you go.
We came up short in the state finals. I think in the semifinals to NBA on an own goal, but minus that, take that as a consolation prize.
Is this our guy Blair on the phone?
Yeah.
Holy cow. All right. Well,
okay.
Stop the show for that young man.
All right. Well, let's real quick. Let's bring in Blair to answer our question of the day. Hello, Blair Durham.
Hi, guys. How are you?
We're good.
So I was in law school, and I came home and went to the Buffalo Bills Tennessee Titans game with my dad. And the Music City Miracle is an easy choice for me. I've never in sports, except for maybe the Preds Stanley Cup run, had that level of an emotional swing where the entire stadium is electric and you just feel the energy that you can only get in certain sporting events. And our season tickets were on the 20, and I thought for sure it was a forward pass. I was so glad to be wrong.
What side of the stadium were you sitting on?
On the west in 232.
Okay. Yeah. What a moment. Were you with your dad?
I was with my dad. We rarely missed a game before I went off to law school, and now my son and I rarely miss a game until he went off to college.
Now that's a moment, Blair. Thank you, buddy, for sharing that.
You bet. You guys have a good one.
You too. Right. The great Blair Durham.
The great Blair. Heck yeah, it is.
The late great Bart Durham.
That's right.
Yeah,
love that.
That's awesome. I can imagine. Like I didn't go to games that first year. Like I said, the first time I was in the stadium was the AFC Championship game, or after they came back, to welcome them back, and they let everybody in. I think the first game Dad and I went to was like 2001 against the Jags.
That Monday night game?
It wasn't a Monday night game.
Oh, it was a 2000 game. Was it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was the Monday night game.
Yeah, it was it was a Sunday.
See,
afternoon.
and that's the why I'm jealous of you guys a little bit, because you got to experience that with your family.
Yeah.
Growing up, I mean, I guess I go see Vanderbilt get beat by somebody. That was back in we had no football around here, no pro football.
That was it. Eric, hang tight. We'll get to your call coming up next, and more of your calls and texts. 615-737-1025. It's Chasing Big Joe on a Monday. 1025 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday. Our question of the day, what is one moment in your life that you could relive? 615-737-1025. Eric has been waiting patiently, though. He wants to bring in something Dan Patrick said earlier today. Eric, what's up?
Hey, guys, did you hear about it?
I did not.
Well, according to Dan Patrick, they played the clip. I didn't hear it live. He's reporting that Nashville is getting a Super Bowl in 2030 after the 2029 season. Las Vegas is supposed to get the Super Bowl in 2029. Nashville's getting it 2030. I heard it right before the top of the hour on another station. I didn't hear the whole thing. I just heard a clip from it, and it was his voice. So I don't think he would make up something like that.
Did you hear that on Sports Talk 8:30 a.m.?
No.
Well,
I won't say what station.
Okay, all right. Well, his show's on Sports Talk 8:30, so that's why I say that.
Okay, yeah. It was just a clip from another station that they played him saying
gotcha.
that. So
okay, yeah. Well,
okay,
I see it now on Facebook, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right,
so guys,
Go ahead.
guys, my important moment. I knew somebody was going to say New Sid Miracle. I got to be honest, I wasn't there at the game, but I did get season tickets after the Super Bowl run. But for me, it was the night that Derrick Henry ran crazy against Jacksonville, the Thursday night game. We had over 200 yards rushing, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, had 4 touchdowns. He just obliterated that. I was there at that game, and it was just one of the wildest nights. Because generally, they always put Jacksonville and Tennessee on the Thursday night game because they were such bad teams. I believe that was the year that Tennessee wound up making the playoff run to the AFC Championship game in Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken, guys. So that was just that night. It was just unbelievable, guys. As always, it's a pleasure to talk to you. Y'all take care, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it.
Well, it says
2030.
Dan's source, the Super Bowl will be in Nashville. It is, according to Patrick, it's signed and ready to go. Nobody else anywhere is reporting on this, so I don't believe it.
Dan Patrick's a pretty good.
There's no
source,
Schefter. There's no Rappaport. There's no local ain't going to get it anyway, but there's none of this from. I don't see it. Just him, his source.
Okay, we'll play he's got the audio, so play it.
I was informed by a source on Saturday that it is signed and ready to go, in his opinion, that Nashville is getting the 2030 Super Bowl. I haven't seen any reports on this, and if there is a report on it, I'll acknowledge that, but this is what I was told on Saturday. Nashville is getting the 2030 Super Bowl. Vegas is getting the 2029 Super Bowl. 2027 Los Angeles, and then it's Atlanta 2028. But this is what I was told over the weekend. Nashville will get the 2030 Super Bowl. They got a new stadium coming in. That always helps.
Okay. Look, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I think Dan Patrick is pretty connected and usually pretty right.
Name your source, Danny. Let's get it done.
Well,
I'm wary because Schefter always has everything first, usually 99% of the time. And this time would be surprised if we did. But good for Nashville. You're talking February of 2030, 4 years from now. So who knows? It's the stadium will already be after its third year. It'll play 27, 28, 29. It'll happen after the 29 season. So you're good to go. Now, remember there's that rule that Super Bowl had to have 72,000 seats, and this one's far less than that.
I feel like they're backing off of that. Plus, they can put temporary seats in, so
they can. And it's not about you and me.
And does that count suites?
I don't know.
That's what I've always wondered. Is a capacity, is that physical seats, or like
I think it is.
Are you adding like, okay, you can fit 12 people in a seat, so that, or in a suite, so that counts towards it.
12 in the seat.
No,
What parties have you been to?
not that.
I want to know what you did this weekend. up there.
No.
I think it'd be great. It's another sign for Nashville. That's fantastic. And, you know, the draft this week's in Pittsburgh. We're not getting the draft back for another 25 years because we did it so well. Nashville did the draft so well that everybody wants a piece of that pie. But get the Super Bowl. It'd be fun. I mean, it'd be great. You're talking 2 weeks of build-up of everything, the fan zone. You got all the hotels now. You got the convention center. It's perfect. You have plenty of time to build more hotels and have a good time over there. Nashville will do it right.
I agree. So I'm trying to repost the video, but Twitter's being weird. So
weird. Let me call Elon. He should be on lunch break right now.
Can you do that?
And
I got him on speed dial, right?
Reposted on the old Facebook page, but that's got me fine. He is connected, so we'll see what happens with all that.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. I think 2030, that could be interesting.
Right.
615-737-1025. We'll have more coming here on the Monday edition of Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game, coming up it's Monday. It's a reaction Monday, brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. We'll have John McClain join us later in the show, and Dr. Crane did a cool little soccer interview that we'll be playing for you.
My man,
he's our soccer ombudsman. We're going to use that word more.
I like that word.
You
more.
like that one? Do that. Speaking of big words, let's bring in Clay. Clay is with us now. What's up, Clay?
Boys, how we doing?
Fantastic.
Chase, I have a question for you before I answer the question of the day.
Yes, sir.
You know, by the way, that 5-iron place, that place is awesome.
Yeah, good, really good spot.
But if you remember, I think it was the second day, wasn't it? Or maybe it was the first day on Thursday when Joe was so ornery.
He gets that way.
I do that way when my sugar's low.
Anyway, I actually have two.
Okay.
That I would like to relive. The one, maybe that's bad, I would mention it because I would do it differently if I lived it again. Y'all could probably know where I'm going with that one. That would be the night of the bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay, but we've forgiven you on this show.
When I told Mr. Watkins from Arkansas he was number one. But seriously, on a serious note, something I would love to relive again, Super Bowl 94 in Atlanta, going to watch the Cowboys kick the Bills' butt.
Uh-huh.
Went for the whole weekend, had a blast.
Good. Who'd you go with down there? Whit Taylor?
No, I was married at the time, Joe. Me and my wife went.
Oh, nice.
Yes. She kicked me to the curb, though,
Dude, this isn't.
Why would she do that? I'm kidding, Clay.
This isn't Sally Jesse Raphael show, but thank you.
Anyway, Chase, maybe this question is more to you since you like the Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about the deal with, as Dak likes to call him, Butter?
Aubrey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot for a kicker, but he's the best kicker in the NFL, so I'd say sign him up.
I heard supposedly, back earlier in the off season that his agent was going for $10 million, and I thought maybe he was going to, end up not being a Cowboy anymore. But supposedly, obviously, he's going to get what, $20 million guaranteed over 4 years. Is that right?
28 total is the contract. So yeah, good for him. It's what happens when you're good.
Do you guys think that Love's going to be the guy for the Titans?
Well, we've talked about it, and I think that's who we'd want it to be. But I'm afraid that Arizona or somebody's going to trade up and he won't be there at 4. But who knows?
So do you think the Titans trade back if he's not there, or?
I think if their guy is not there at 4, then yes, that they would probably try and trade back. So we'll see.
Boys, I just thought it was time for a little chat. So
Yep.
Good to talk to you guys again. Y'all have a great day, okay?
You too. Thank you, Clay. Appreciate it.
Ya.
I mean, we're going to be asked that probably every day.
Yeah, right. Until it happens.
Yep.
Hopefully, like I said, word will get out that the Cowboys are working a trade with the Jets at 2, or I think they're in play. I think Jerry sees the marketing value of grabbing the best, who he thinks the best player in the draft, and that's Jeremiah Love, and to bring him to Dallas. People would love it. And I think Jerry sees that marketing-wise, and then boom, build out around your team from that.
Yep.
And then those stupid Cardinals at 3, don't get me started. They're going to
You're scared to death that they're going to mess the whole thing up.
That's all they do is mess things up.
Yeah.
That franchise has never won anything.
That's true. Let's go to Jack. He wants to weigh in on our question of the day. Jack, what you got?
So the best day ever. This is the question?
Yep.
Okay. So from my wild misspent youth, I grew up in East Texas, and I came up playing in the bands. We get off late one night, go around to Denny's after last call. Me and the drummer still can't sleep. So we're right around Houston. So we're like, well, why don't we go down to Galveston? Yeah. Okay, great. About 45 minutes. So we run down the road to Galveston. We pick up a case of beer and a styrofoam cooler. I said, I know where to go. We beat it down to the shrimp boat docks. I get 2 pints of fresh shucked oysters that did sleep in the Gulf last night. We set up on the beach just about as daylight's coming up, drinking cold beer, raw oysters on crackers, and I thought to myself, it's never going to get any better than this.
Oh, that sounds so
That does
good,
sound
Jack.
awesome.
And a few times it did, but not often.
Oh, and watch the sun come up.
Oh yeah, and those oysters on fresh crackers, little cocktail sauce. I'm good.
You got me hungry. That's a great one, Jack. Thank you, buddy, for sharing that.
Okay.
Thank you, Jack. Appreciate it. No, that is a good one. I mean, just the simple.
No, it is.
Times.
Well, which is our question today. What one moment in your life you would, not necessarily the best day, it's okay, but one moment you would like to relive in your life again? And there's a few that come in, like moments with grandpa and dad at sporting events that go on, seeing your son hit a home run. Oh, those are all perfect answers. But I want to hear from you. What's the one moment in your life you'd like to relive again, man? And it's you can get deep with this. I was thinking last night, I was seeing that, I was like, there's a lot of places you can go with that have happened, that those moments, and life has changed, or some people no longer with us. But at that moment, man, that was perfect. The perfect time.
Stephen from Hendersonville says there's this long rock wall in a hayfield in Buxton, Maine. At the north end, there's a big oak tree. I asked my wife to marry me right there under that tree. What? Why are you laughing?
That's Shawshank Redemption. That's Andy Dufresne.
Well, I know, but he said he asked his wife to marry him. Not in Maine.
Buxton, Maine.
That's where I thought the
movie was filmed in Ohio, but it's about Maine.
But I thought it was down in Texas. Was where the
no. That's where he buried.
So he
got you. That's all right. Dr. Crane got last week too, which was brilliant. Right. Nice one, Steven. I hope it worked out. I hope you didn't.
But I thought the box was buried in Texas, and then he went to San Juanejo.
No, is that right? It was close to the prison.
Okay.
Steven, I hope you didn't get convicted of murdering your wife. So good. Okay. That's how the story goes.
JC and Goodlettsville. Close second will be the Music City Miracle again, but number one was the day we brought our adopted son home from Haiti. Culmination of 4 years being finished, a packed airport of friends and family to welcome him. Special day. God is good, boys.
Oh yeah. Hey, let us. What's the guy's name? Sorry,
JC.
JC. How long ago was that, and how's the guy doing now? Let us know.
Yeah. Teresa says, I have 2 days that I would love to do again. First was the night we beat the Ducks to go to the final. I was with my son in Hall of Fame Park watching the game on the big screen, but seeing how excited he was, I will never forget it. Second is Game 3 in the Stanley Cup Finals. I got to go to that game, and it was the most exciting experience I have ever had before at a hockey game.
Oh,
Teresa.
It's 9 years ago. Thank you,
crazy.
Teresa.
It's crazy. Brian says Nashville getting the 2030 Super Bowl, if it's not coming from Rossini, could be legit.
Are we getting the Super Bowl? Yeah, probably not.
We love Nashville. They're gonna get the Super Bowl. It's gonna be great.
Oh man.
Yeah, we love Tennessee. This Vrabel Rossini thing. We haven't talked about it a lot because I don't really want to, but like I've just been eating popcorn.
Yeah,
because I can't wait. I'm gonna purposely tune into the post-draft press conference because he's gonna be up there trying to talk about the draft, and somebody's gonna go, so what's going on with you and Rossini?
Oh, you know, it's funny. Like some PR guys would come out and say, hey, don't talk about that. Now, if it happened here, most of the local media would be like, okay, we're not going to bring it up. Boston, they're like, yeah, we're not going to bring it up. First question. Have you talked to Diana? Have you? No, there's a few that would do it. Here in Nashville, most of the local media would not say a word. Most. I'm not saying all.
No,
most.
But again, I think there's a separation here. Kuharski would ask.
Most. Didn't say all.
Andrew would ask.
Most.
Stillman would ask.
Didn't say all.
Yeah. There would be Oh yeah,
That's probably about it. And,
yeah.
But Boston people are like, yeah, we got no problem with it, and all the questions.
Don't do dumb that hurt the team.
Well, you should take your own advice, Mike. Take your own advice.
So you're off. Can I bring it up, Dr. Crane, last Wednesday real quick? Can I do it? I love you, man. So somebody photoshopped a picture of Lawan and Compton in the pool with Diamond singing.
It looks so real.
And my man's like, Compton was, and then like Big Cat, is that guy's name?
Yeah, he just looks so real.
From Barstool?
I guess that's where he's from. Yeah, I tweeted out, and I'm like, I said, Nick, I think that's fake. He said, no, it's not. But it looks.
It's real to me, damn it.
It looks 100% real. I mean, get it.
AI, man. Like,
but if they were in the pool, do you not think those two blabbermouths, Compton and Lawan, would not they'd have had it everywhere. They've been everywhere talking about it. But that's it. So that's and now the talk is like, who hired the PI? Like these are not your iPhone pictures. These are professional.
I know somebody that might cross the glass over here.
I got you yesterday. You're welcome.
Did.
By the way, Dr. Crane and I went to the rugby event yesterday at
How was
Geodis Park. It was an amazing time. I mean, just nice crowd over there. A lot of fun. Dr. Crane falling asleep. I mean, it was
fell
not
asleep?
bad.
You tired?
A little bit.
You had a busy weekend.
I did have a busy weekend, but I mean, the rugby event was okay. It was. Listen, rugby union is definitely interesting. There's more strategy. I just like a little more action. That's all.
And that
Feel
is
that.
exactly what she said.
There it is. 615-737-1025. More coming here on Chasing Big Joe, maybe on 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday, draft week. We are going to get in the draft simulator again at 1 o'clock. We love it. We love a good draft simulator.
I mean, some say it's not good, but this is good. This is a good draft.
I love Tennessee.
I just can't. I just randomly will start doing that impression and people look at me like, why are you doing that? I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, it enrages people too. It's even better. Anytime you can make them mad.
So yeah, we're gonna do the draft simulator through ESPN. We'll do that at 1 o'clock.
So I put a Google search in for Nashville Super Bowl 2030, and there's absolutely nothing coming up except for Dan Patrick saying that.
Well, look, he might know.
I mean, they usually announce that at the owners' meeting, don't they? But something like this, the owners' meeting's not until. Is there another one this year, like in October? They have two, right?
Yeah,
in the fall and spring or whatever. We can't go to. We can't afford tickets, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's usually not for locals,
right? Not at all.
I love the internet sometimes. So I read the thing that it sounds like Vrabel has a new source. Or now,
yeah,
somebody did this with AI. Schefter.
Oh, yes. Oh my goodness.
That is
Dr. Crane. That's not real.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Schefter,
Joe.
And that's not a real picture of Schefter and Vrabel.
Appreciate it.
You got it, buddy.
Yeah, let me know any more further. Appreciate it.
You got it.
We love you, Dr. Crane.
I love you too, guys. But this guy over here with the glasses looks like a grandmother is getting on my nerves.
Who is it?
You.
Oh, all right. Well, in the words
in a
of
good
Mike.
way.
All right. Did you have fun time yesterday at the rugby game yesterday? Good time, right? Yeah, you had a good time over there. Good times. All that's going on. Yeah, I look forward to the draft simulator that we're going to pull out a little bit because it was a blast last year doing all that stuff. Got none of it right.
Oh, I know. That's the fun part, is doing these and they're wrong.
Right.
That's the part. But again, Dan Patrick saying that the 2030 Super Bowl will be held in Nashville. It's signed and ready to go from his show. I guess that was earlier today.
Yeah, but there's not a word anywhere else. There's nothing anywhere else. By the way, JC replied back about the young man he adopted from Haiti. I've had him 12 years now. He graduated high school early in December. He's on a full ride football scholarship at ETSU.
Nice.
Fantastic.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
Dylan wants to answer our question of the day. Dylan, what's up?
Hey guys. So back in 2012, me and two buddies planned a trip to Barcelona, Spain. We get over there and realize the running of the Bulls, the Festival San Fermin, is going on in a nearby city about 4 hours away at the same time. So we managed to take a bus to Pamplona because we're like, okay, well, we're going to run with the Bulls. It's a once in a lifetime thing. We get there. So the festival, it's all week, and they run the Bulls every morning at 8 a.m. So it's like first thing in the morning. They do it so people don't have time to get hammered before they run with the Bulls, but that doesn't stop them from that anyway. So you show up there, and the Spanish police kind of walk through the crowd. If they see guys that they think are too old, they kind of pull people out. But you just show up, some cannons go off, and then you're running for your life. And you can see, these Bulls, they're huge. They're unlike any Bulls I've ever seen in my life. Like 7 foot tall, they're huge. And another thing you don't really know, it ends in the bull ring. So they run you through the streets. It ends in the bull ring. You run into the bull ring. There's thousands of people cheering for you to get just mauled, killed. And so they let loose, once you get to the bull ring, they let loose about 3 or 4 smaller bulls. They're still humongous bulls. And so you're in the bull ring. There's people, grown men just getting hit head over heels, knocked unconscious. You got doctors, people running around with stretchers, pulling people out. It was a surreal experience. If I could do it again, I'm just getting goosebumps thinking about it. It was crazy, but I wanted to share that story with you guys. And
well, thank you. How much does that cost? How much does that cost to do all that?
Oh, well, running of the bulls is free.
No,
you just show up.
To get over there, all that planning and everything.
So at the time, that's okay. My buddy worked for American Airlines at the time. He got a standby ticket. So the tickets were $600 and something bucks round trip for standby. But the thing was, to get from Barcelona back to America, there were only 2 flights a day, one to Philly, one to Atlanta.
Ooh.
And our tickets were standby. They weren't boarding passes. So we got stuck for 3 days in the Barcelona airport waiting to get back. I mean, we taught Europeans paper football. I mean, this was before we had we didn't have smartphones, so like to pass the time, like, yeah, we played paper football, and these Spanish and French people were like, what are you guys doing? So we taught them how to play paper football. Like we were these 3 Americans trapped in the airport for 3 days, and it was kind of funny that, I was like 22, so we were just getting drunk with Germans and Italians and all sorts of folks just having a good time in the airport. But yeah, the tickets were super cheap, but they were standby, so we did not have boarding passes, and we got stuck.
That's the best kind of trip. Just go do it, right?
Yeah, man. Exactly. I'd do it all over again if I could.
Thank you, Dylan. Appreciate the call.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Good
Thank
stuff.
you, guys.
Coming up next.
Those are the best.
Coming up next, we're gonna run the draft simulator again, and per the request of our good friend Sean Henry, next week we will show how wrong we are.
That's fine. We're always
wrong.
wrong.
We will do that. But that is coming up next. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Why don't we turn Joe's mic off? Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday. Hope you're having a great day to this point. It is draft week in the National Football League, and it is time. We did this a lot last year, and we haven't done it as much this year. So we're going to do it today. Maybe we do it a few times before the Titans actually make their selection. By the way, you can join Big Joe and I and Derek Mason at T-Line in West Nashville Thursday, starting at 6 o'clock for draft night in Nashville. We're really looking forward to it and getting out there with our coverage for the draft, beginning at 6 o'clock, and it's all presented by Parman Tractor and Equipment, Pizzona MD, because the roster's full, Nelson's Greenbrier Distillery, Sealmaster, and Tri-State Water Power and Air Home Generators. So looking forward to all of our draft coverage coming up this week.
Yeah,
all right.
So the simulator we're about to do now does not replace all the great mock draft lists that Chase is able to find. So just letting you know, it's not taking the place of that. I don't know, man. All right, let's go, bro.
It is time. All right. Are you ready? We're going to do this kind of fast.
All right.
Here we go. And we can make trades if we want to.
Okay.
So we have started. The Titans are on the clock, and it looks like Jordan Love is off the board.
Good, because he plays for the Packers.
Jeremiah Love is also off the
board. That's better.
All right. David Bailey is available.
Take him. Let's go.
All right. We're taking Bailey. The Titans select David Bailey.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Pick 35. Here's what we got. Caden McDonald, who's a defensive tackle. Colton Hood's available. Zion Young, an edge rusher. We just took that. KC Concepcion, a receiver from Texas A&M.
Grab him.
You want the receiver?
Grab him. He's taught highly, did real good at the combine.
Stowers is there.
No. We're good.
Right. We're taking Concepcion out of A&M. Now picking at 66, the third round. Kalen Rutledge, offensive guard from Georgia Tech, is available.
Former MTSU Blue Raider.
Malachi Fields, who's a wide receiver from Notre Dame. Derek Moore, edge rusher from Michigan. Josiah Trotter, a linebacker from Missouri. Xavier Harris, a defensive tackle from Ole Miss. D'Angelo Pons, cornerback from Indiana. Mike Washington Jr., the running back from Arkansas, he's available. Traden Stukes, a safety from Arizona.
Let's get the corner from Indiana. Let's grab that guy.
Pons?
Yeah.
All right. Done. All right. Fourth round. Pick 101. Bud Clark, safety from TSU, is available. Demetrius Crownover, offensive tackle from A&M. He's available. Jacoby Lane, wide receiver from USC. Justin Jolly, a tight end from NC State. Grayson Halton, defensive tackle from Oklahoma. Kamari Ramsey, safety from USC. Logan Jones, the center from Iowa. He is available.
Yeah. All right. Get him.
Like a center here.
Let's get him
at 101.
Why not? Bring him in.
Done. Got your center. All right. Pick 5 or round 5, pick 142.
Okay.
I actually think I like the first guy sitting here. Anez Cooper, who's a guard from Miami. He's ranked at 114. This is pick 142.
Take him.
We got Jaden Kennedy, who's a safety from Oregon. Damon Claiborne, a running back from Wake Forest. Defensive tackle Albert Regis from Texas A&M. Got a couple other running backs. Got Billy Shareth, who's a guard from Notre Dame, and Jeremiah Wright, who's a guard from Auburn.
Let's take the first guy. The guy you got
Cooper
there.
from Miami.
Yeah.
Done. All right, we got a center and a guard.
We got a center, guard, defensive back, and a rusher.
And something just froze.
Receiver. So we're good. I like what we got. We got Concepcion, Bailey, cornerback, guard, and tackle. You getting trade offers?
No, it's something messed up.
We broke the simulator.
I think we did break
because the
simulator.
draft was so damn good. You know who's taking notes on this right now? Borgonzi.
I hope so.
He's like, shh, 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 shh.
We got okay. I forgot. We had a pick. We had 2 picks later. That's what it was. All right, pick 144.
Who we got?
We got the same guys I just read off: Kennedy, Regis.
I need linebackers. Any linebacker there?
Not really. You got a couple, but it would be a little bit of a reach if we did that. What about Le'Veon Moss, the running back from A&M? You want to take a running back, or you think we're good on running backs?
I don't think he's probably all right. He might be a special.
What about it?
guy.
Well, okay. There's Jacoby Thomas, safety from Miami.
That's the MTSU guy.
Is he?
Yeah, take him. Bring it. He didn't do half bad for the Hurricanes. Bring him home a little bit.
Done.
I need special teams guys.
All right, pick 184. We got Adam Randall, running back out of Clemson, Zane Durant, who's a defensive tackle from Penn State, Malik Benson, wide receiver from Oregon, Bryson Eason, defensive tackle from Tennessee, Bo Stevens, a guard from Iowa, Riley Nowowski, who's a tight end from Indiana. Couple of tight ends in here.
Give me the big body guy to Penn State. I like that. That sound. He can occupy space. They need depth. Something happens to Simmons or Franklin Myers.
Done. All right. Still in the 6th round. Pick 194. Got a lot of receivers here. Matthew Hibner is a tight end from SMU. Here's a Justin. The linebacker's name is Justin Jefferson from Alabama. Is a linebacker.
Okay. But might as well. We need linebackers. Could be a gym. I mean, the idea of these guys contributing heavily is very minimal. But
Aiden Fisher, who's a linebacker from Indiana, he's there.
I like the guy
Jefferson.
Yeah.
All right.
I like the alliteration.
Let's do it. And this will probably be. I think this is our final pick.
Okay.
Pick 225. Malik Benson, who's a wide receiver from Oregon, he's still there.
Is our guy Pavia there?
I knew you were going to ask that. He is.
Snag him. The 7th rounder, man. What I got the
done.
I like it. Does it give you a recap, everybody?
It does. It does. The Titans took. All right, so here's the Titans picks in our simulation, and then we want to hear what you think.
Yep.
Pick number 1 or pick number 4, round 1, David Bailey, edge rusher from Texas Tech.
Love it.
We go KC Concepcion, the wide receiver from A&M at pick 35. D'Angelo Pons, cornerback out of Indiana at pick 66. Pick 101 is Logan Jones, center out of Iowa. Pick 142 is Inez Cooper, a guard from Miami. We go Jacoby Thomas, safety from Miami at 144. Zane Durant, defensive tackle from Penn State at 184. Justin Jefferson, a linebacker out of Alabama at 194. And Diego Pavia, the quarterback out of Vanderbilt at pick 225.
That's Super Bowl bound, buddy. Right there, man. That is already done.
That is it. So, by the way, pick number 3, the Arizona Cardinals select Jeremiah Love, running back.
There we go.
So that's what happened.
Being right on that.
What do you think? 615-737-1025. We will discuss this. Coming up next, Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. We've done our draft simulator, and we have taken David Bailey with the 4th overall pick. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, subscribe at 102.5 The Game, or on X. You can all of our picks are scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
Oh, nice. Fancy schmancy.
So again, we go David Bailey, KC Concepcion, D'Angelo Pons, Logan Jones, Anez Cooper, Jacoby Thomas, Zane Durant, Justin Jefferson, the linebacker from Alabama, and Diego Pavia with our last pick. We are now going to ask the draft simulator to grade the draft. They give it an A-, a score of 91. Capital management, a C, fulfilling needs, an A+, reaches, a B, and position value, A.
Not bad there. Okay.
So
now,
A-.
so Love was gone at 3. Who was gone at 2?
What is that? The Jets. The Jets went Reese at 2, and then Kenyon Sadiq at 16.
Okay.
Obviously, let's see. I can give you. I can give you each team. So the Raiders go Mendoza, Caden McDonald, defensive tackle, Ohio State, with their 2nd pick. Who's after? The Giants go Sonny Styles at 5, Mansour Delane at 10. So that's interesting. Who's at 6? Is that Cleveland?
It is. They have 6 and 24.
At 6, the Browns go Reuben Bain.
Oh,
and
man.
at 24, Ty Simpson. I think there's a chance he goes in the 1st round.
Not to Cleveland.
No
way to Cleveland.
Who's got 7? Washington. Caleb Downs at 7 for Washington. 8 is the Saints. They go Francis Mayagoa from Miami. 9 is Kansas City. They go Carnell Tate at 9, and Peter Woods, Clemson defensive tackle, at 29. They take Colton Hood from Tennessee at 40.
Oh, he slept. Okay, according to that. A lot of people got him going to the first 15.
Who has 11?
Dolphins.
Miami. Jermon McCoy from Tennessee at 11, and then Denzel Boston, wide receiver from Washington, at 30.
A little help there for Malik Willis.
12 is the Cowboys. They go Caden Proctor, offensive tackle from Alabama, at 12, and Avion Terrell, cornerback from Clemson, at 20.
Who from Alabama again?
Caden Proctor.
What does he play?
Offensive tackle.
So 2 years in a row, the Cowboys would get. Didn't they get an Alabama guy last year? They
Probably.
took.
Yeah, I think they did.
Probably. Yeah. So pass on the Alabama offensive lineman. We're good.
Yep. So, what do you think of our drafts? Dustin in Hopkinsville goes, I think we're still ass, as Cam Ward would say.
Oh my gosh. What's your mouth?
That's pretty good, actually. So that is our, I don't know. I think the picks that I like, and again, this is all simulator. I like Concepcion. I like Bailey. I don't dislike Bailey. If they end up with Bailey, I don't hate that. So they give chances of them being available at that pick. They have 33% chance that Bailey's available at 4.
Okay. I think, look, Bailey's great. I still think if Love does not come here, I think a lot of Titans fans are disappointed.
Yeah.
Because that's all we've talked about.
I think they'd probably want him to trade back at that point.
If he's not there, I don't know, but I think they'd still be disappointed. I think and I would be too. I think he'd be great here in Nashville with Cam Ward and the Titans, but if he's not there, I'm like, Bailey's not bad, and that's the kind of feeling I'm getting from a lot of people now.
I like Logan Jones, the center from Iowa. I think if you got a center in the 3rd round, I'd take that because he's probably your starting center.
It should be. It's not going to be Schlottman, but
and then getting a guard in the 5th round, like I'll take that.
Yeah, and then hopefully Jackson Slater, who they took last year in the 5th round, can turn out to be something.
Yep.
And then Pavia.
Yeah, then Pavia.
Might as well.
It says chance he's available at that pick greater than 95%.
Oh man.
So there's that. Taking the flyer on Pavia.
Yeah, why not? Put him there.
7.
It's a 7th rounder.
Could you imagine going into Titans camp and having a Tennessee quarterback and a Vanderbilt quarterback in the same room?
Oh my gosh. I forgot about Hendon Hooker.
Yeah. So did a lot of teams, apparently. Tristan wants to weigh in on the draft and the Titans. Tristan, what's up?
Your draft simulator is so wrong. David Bailey is a bust because if you go to the highlights versus ASU, my home mater, Max, the offensive tackle, beat him. Like David Bailey never had a sack against Max, so I would draft Max in the first. I would trade down and draft Max so I can get the Cowboys' first 2 picks. And draft Max from ASU, get Pat Coogan from Indiana, the true center that won the MVP at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Because he's 6'5", 312. Get a guard in the second round. Trade down from 35, get a defensive end and guard in the second round. Get a receiver, Nick Singletary, Drew Aller, and then Jacob Rodriguez from Texas Tech.
I like that.
Diego Pavia is not that great. Drew Aller is 6'5", 243 pounds. I would draft him, and a tight end from Stanford.
Okay. Thank you, Tristan. Appreciate the call.
We're not drafting Pavia to be a starter.
No.
We're drafting Pavia to come in to be that guy on 3rd and 2 that could change things up so Cam Ward doesn't get hit and Pavia can get some of the yards. I did a thing real quick here. I looked up what are the odds a 7th round player makes the roster, and it's around 1.25%.
Sounds right.
So at 7th round, why not? Why not take a flyer on something like that? Because the odds are, and they're not really good for the 5th and 6th round. There's not much better either as you go up. And 4th rounds, So your 1st, 2nd, 3rd round guys have to contribute. If you can get 4 guys out of the draft to make your team on opening day, you've done something well. This is the way the odds are now. That's just how it goes.
I would agree. So again, the Chasing Big Joe ESPN Analytics Draft Simulator gives the Titans David Bailey at 4, then Casey Concepcion at pick 35, D'Angelo Pons at 66, Logan Jones, the center from Iowa at 101, Inez Cooper, guard from Miami at 142, Jacoby Thomas, a safety from Miami at 144, Zane Durant, defensive tackle from Penn State at 184, and Justin Jefferson, linebacker from Alabama at 194, Diego Pavia, quarterback, Vanderbilt at 225. So that's the first one. We might do this again tomorrow because, why not? It is draft week.
Yeah, right?
So there you go. Well, and more coming here on Chasing Big Joe on this Monday. This is 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday. John McClain going to join us coming up here in about 30 minutes.
What other things is Dan Patrick throw out there today that aren't really nobody's buying into?
I don't know. I think people are buying into it. It's just whether it's true or not. Dan, and look, if you go, do we have the clip again? If you listen to the whole clip, Dan Patrick is putting out there that he heard from a source that the 2030 Super Bowl would be in Nashville.
Well,
it does sound like just somebody he's talked to.
He also said signed, sealed, delivered.
Yeah, he said it's been signed and sealed. Braden Gall has put out, according to the mayor's office, Nashville hasn't been contacted by the NFL re the Super Bowl. Quote, we have not been advised by the league of Nashville's selection or of potential dates, end quote, from Alex Apple of the mayor's office. So take that for what you will. But this is what Patrick said earlier today.
I was informed by a source on Saturday that it is signed and ready to go, in his opinion, that Nashville is getting the 2030 Super Bowl. I haven't seen any reports on this, and if there is a report on it, I'll acknowledge that, but this is what I was told on Saturday. Nashville is getting the 2030 Super Bowl. Vegas is getting the 2029 Super Bowl. 2027, Los Angeles, and then it's Atlanta 2028. But this is what I was told over the weekend. Nashville will get the 2030 Super Bowl. They got a new stadium coming in. That always helps.
So there you go.
I mean,
I don't know. If
we could have said that,
if the mayor, look, somebody could have said, hey, I'm hearing 2030, but the whole signed, sealed, delivered part.
That's where it gets.
Because but I would think the mayor's office would know.
I would hope so. I mean, if the NFL bypasses the mayor's office, that's a problem. That's a big problem.
Yeah.
Whether you like the mayor or not,
yeah,
you still should contact the mayor of that city and say, hey, here's what's going to go on, what's happening. So I think Dan was speaking out of his, you know what, but
potentially
the signed, sealed, delivered part makes it seem like, all right, nothing's been signed. Dan, you're better than that.
Ian Rappaport and Mike Garafolo have put out there that former Giants wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. is working out for his old team today. A reunion seems possible. Adam Schefter adds this, that the Giants drafted Dexter Lawrence with the pick they acquired from Cleveland for Odell Beckham Jr. Now Lawrence has been traded to the Bengals, and Beckham could potentially be back with the Giants.
Why would anybody want Odell Beckham?
I don't know.
Such a malcontent, complains everywhere he goes. He's past his prime.
I took you back.
You did. And that's the worst mistake of your life. That's on you, right? That's on the Giants. And somebody I was reading where he's broke. Like, how can you be broke? You made all the millions. How can you be broke? I wouldn't waste a second on him. Did he sit out that whole year? I know he's injured per se got the Super Bowl with the Rams in 21.
Yeah.
Didn't want to go to
camp.
Didn't
he get hurt in the Super Bowl?
Maybe. I don't know.
The Rams, yes,
yeah.
His knee. I do believe he invested, not saying majority of his contracts, but I've read online that he invested in Bitcoin.
Ooh.
So not sure if that has turned out well for him or not good.
Mm-hmm. I don't understand any of that, which is good. If I understand it, I'm not going to delve into any of that stuff. So I tried to pay you in Bitcoin for some of your pizza, and you're like, not today, pal.
Yeah, they said they don't. I don't accept Lego money, so it just
no, you don't.
No
You're
sense.
Smart not to, but you accept Legos. Big
Maybe
difference.
Not Lego heads, but maybe Legos.
Okay.
I have to read this text because I think this is voice to text gone wrong. 3480 says, don't quit your day job on This Is Your Day Job. Maybe time to quit your day job. Well, that's up to you. Whether you quit your job, but quit your draft pick day job.
Good Lord. Sounds like my grandmother when she's been drinking. Give me my cigarette. Now write this down.
2104 says, I trust Dan Patrick over the mayor's office. I mean,
but nobody else. That's again, nobody else is reporting this. We know it's going to happen eventually. but nobody else is reporting this.
7829 says Big Joe literally has no idea what he's talking about. Odell is extremely rich. His Bitcoin investment literally doubled.
I just read a thing that he's broke. I'm just telling.
I just love how personal people get.
I just
like, you don't know anything.
I don't. I'm just reading what they report that he's broke. That's why he's
Is that Elvis?
Yeah. Invested in some gold records. I got what's going on there. Why? I mean, why wasted? I know there's somebody in there who's going to 22, 23, 24, young guy to get in there and get the job done instead of a malcontent who has not been happy anywhere he's been.
All right, let's see. Last year I totally did not know he was with the Dolphins last year. He appeared in 9 games and had 9 catches for 55 yards.
Odell Beckham?
Yeah.
I had no idea he was on that team.
He was with Baltimore in 2023, appeared in 14 games, 35 catches for 565 yards, didn't play in 22. With the Rams between the Rams and Cleveland, 14 games, 44 catches, 537 yards. He has not had a 1,000-yard season since his first year in Cleveland, which was 2019.
Was that with Baker that year?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And then last year with the Giants, just over 1,000 yards on 77 catches. That was 2018.
All right.
So
I mean, nothing that's striking off the mark of like, we got to get this guy. Nah, man, move on. Tired of that.
Batters Box Mike says, of course OBJ is trying out for football today. You know what day it is, don't you? He thinks he can fly around anyone.
Oh, that's a Mary Jane joke.
It is. It is 420.
Yes, it is.
So there you go. But Odell Beckham reportedly trying out, going through a physical with the Giants. So take that for what you will.
I don't want to take it for much. I just no,
I wouldn't. 615-737-1025. Our phone and text line driven by WilsonCountyHonda.com. I don't think a lot of people liked our draft.
Well, because everybody wants Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want? What do you want Tuesday? What do you want Thursday night? I'm curious. Is it all Jeremiah Love? Is it all give me Reuben Bain? Is it all give me David Bailey? Is it give me Sonny Styles, Arvell? I mean, what do you want? Whatever it is, this guy's got to come in September and start immediately and play every down that he can, as many as he can. It's got to be that way. I mean, the second rounder needs to as well. They blew it last year on the second round on a project. I don't know how they got that guy, but I mean, who do you want to come in here? I won't Love because I see what he could do, what he could add to this football team. He's going to be gone. Then what's the plan B, plan C, plan D after that? Bailey, is it Bain? You move up, or who knows? You drop back and see.
I mean, if he's not there, I keep saying I would probably look at dropping back. That's what I would do.
But I think now somebody's going to make the Jets an offer to get Love.
Sure.
He'll move up there, and then, then the Cardinals stay at 3, and then they get I don't know. Again, this is so much anticipation what's going to happen Thursday night with all this. It's really kind of exciting. But I think if the Titans drop back to 12, they're missing out on draft an offensive lineman. That's where the next group of guys are. And I just don't know what people think about that. Like another lineman, 3 out of 4 years, you've drafted a lineman. I mean, what's the return on J.C. Latham? It's average right now. Skoronski's getting a little bit better, but it's hard to evaluate a guard if you're a fan. It really is. Did you beat your guy on that play? I mean, if you're a tackle, it's easier to evaluate because he got beat for the sack. I mean, we saw Latham out in Vegas, and it was embarrassing watching Max Crosby run over him.
I'm running this simulator again. Love is off the board at 3. Who would you trade with? Let's trade back. Let's play this
Chiefs.
scenario all right. So you want to go to 9.
Yep.
All right. So they're going to give me they're going to give me 9. They're going to give me 40. It looks like they'd probably give me 9 and 40 straight up for 4.
Okay. All right. That's good.
I might could get I could get they could get a little more out of them. Let me try something here. How you doing? You good?
On the phone with them right now. Yep. Hello. Can't see Chiefs War Room.
I can help you.
Explain it again with those nuggies.
All right. I'm going to offer them 4 and 144 for 9, 40, 109, and their 4th rounder next year.
God, my head hurts. You just saying all that
And they
stuff.
took it.
Okay.
So now we're on the clock at 9.
All right.
Mansour Delane is there. Makai Lemon is there. Kenyon Sadiq is there. Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate are all there. Monroe Freeling, the offensive tackle from Georgia, is there. The guard from Penn State, McCoy. I mean, got a lot of good stuff to select there.
Give me a playmaker. I need a playmaker.
You want Lemon?
Where's he from?
USC.
Receiver?
You got Lemon, Tyson, and Tate that are all available. All receivers.
Where's Tyson from?
Arizona State.
Tyson Tate.
I think he's the best of the 3.
Tyson?
Yes, you go with Tyson.
All right.
No hesitation.
All right.
Done. All right. Back on the clock at 35. Caleb we're doing this again. Caleb Lomu is there. He's a tackle from Utah. Zion Young, edge from Missouri. Colton Hood from Tennessee. Chase Bizanotis, who's a guard from A&M. Caleb Banks is there. Stowers is there.
Go with who was the number 2 name you named there?
Zion Young, edge rusher from Missouri.
Get one. Let's get edge rusher.
All right. Back on the clock at 40.
Uh-oh.
Caleb Banks, defensive tackle from Florida, is available. Eli Stowers, tight end from Vandy. Brandon Cease, a cornerback from South Carolina.
Like that.
Zachariah Branch, wide receiver, Georgia, who just got in trouble, is there. Chris Brazel's there. We took a receiver though. Who do you want?
Was you said
Cease?
Cease, yeah. That way when he
corner,
yeah.
Cease and desist.
Yeah, you got it, man. We already got shirts printed up. Cease and desist. No fly zone.
Back on the clock at 66. Josiah Trotter, linebacker from Missouri. Xavier Harris, defensive tackle from Ole Miss. Max Clare, tight end, Ohio State. Malik Muhammad, corner from Texas. Lee Hunter, defensive tackle, Texas Tech. Mike Washington from Arizona, running back.
Is our boy Rutledge gone?
Yes. You want to trade back?
No. I think the more you trade back, the worse the talent is. So we've already got a receiver, edge rusher, cornerback.
Yes. Receiver, edge, and corner is what we've done.
Do we have Stowers there? Is he gone?
He's gone.
He's gone.
He went to the Bucks at 46.
Okay.
I actually love that pick for them.
Love it. Let's go with.
Let's do this. Let's step aside. We'll come back and we'll make 66. Right. We'll talk about it during the break.
Sounds good.
We're doing the draft again. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. Listen, it's that time again to talk about therapy and how it changed my life and how it can change your life. All you got to do is go to unitycares.com, unitycares.com, and see all they have to offer. They're based right here in Middle Tennessee. And look, their whole goal is to get you back living the life you absolutely deserve. I love hearing from men who are going to therapy and how it changed their life, and it can be wonderful for you as well. Listen, it's private, it's secure, it's confidential. They offer telehealth. Based right here in Middle Tennessee. They are your friends and neighbors. And look, you don't have to go through any of this alone. Just go to the website, unitycares.com. All the questions you need answered are laid out right there for you on the page. All the types of depression that they talk about. Listen, it is for you, and it could change your life. And again, you don't have to go through any of this alone. The website, unitycares.com, unitycares.com, caring professionals whose only goal is to get you better, get you back on the road to living that life, back on the road to feeling good about yourself and everything that goes on. I tell you all the time, therapy changed my life, and I want the same for you. I want you to realize how beautiful, wonderful, and powerful you are, and that's the first step going to therapy. The website again, unitycares.com, unitycares.com.
Chasing Big Joe 1025 The Game here on this Monday. We're continuing with the draft simulator. We decided to do this again, and we have traded back to 9 with the Kansas City Chiefs. So we sent they sent 4, 40, and a bunch of other picks to the Titans to move back. So on the clock at 66, the Titans have 66, 101, 109, 142, 184, 194, 225. And we're kind of debating 66. So you want to pick? You don't want to trade?
I trading back, the talent level drops, man. Take the best player available right now.
So that, according to this, would be Malachi Fields, wide receiver out of Notre Dame.
Who's
We've already
after that?
taken it. We've already taken a receiver. Josiah Trotter, linebacker from Missouri.
Bingo.
All right. So we're doing that. Back on at 101. Demetrius Crownover, a tackle from A&M. Jacoby Lane, wide receiver from USC. Davidson, name I can't say, cornerback from Ohio State. Justin Jolly, a tight end from NC State. Grayson Halton, defensive tackle, Oklahoma. Danny Dennis Sutton, edge rusher from Penn State. Kamari Ramsey, safety from USC. Logan Jones, still available, center from Iowa. LT Overton, who's an edge from Alabama.
Who's the guy?
Brian Parker, the second, a guard from Duke.
The Crownover guy. Who is that? Demetrius Crownover?
Yeah, he's offensive tackle from A&M.
Bring him in.
All right.
Bring him in. Dan Moore?
We're at 109. Logan Jones still there.
Take him.
You want to get our center?
Yeah.
Inez Cooper. Yeah, I like that. Let's take Jones. Done. All right. Back at it at 142. Jadon Kennedy is the best player available, a safety from Oregon. Chandler Rivers, corner from Duke, at 128. Drew Aller, cornerback from Penn State, is there. Joe Royer, tight end from Cincinnati. Jude Bowery, offensive tackle from Boston College, is there. A lot of running backs.
Wait, you said Drew Aller?
Yeah.
He's a quarterback, right?
Yeah, I don't want him.
You said corner, and I was like,
oh,
wait, okay. Yeah, no.
Billy Sheriff, who's a guard from Notre Dame, he's available. I could go guard.
That would give us a tackle, center, guard.
Yep.
Do it. Last name Sheriff?
Sheriff.
Yeah, Sheriff. Okay.
Or we can go Jeremiah Wright, who's a guard out of Auburn.
Let's go
Notre Dame or Auburn.
Auburn. My SEC bias is really sad, but that's all right, though.
All right, pick 184. Malik Benson, who's a receiver from Oregon's there. Isaiah World, Oregon offensive tackle. Bryson Eason, a defensive tackle from Tennessee, is available.
Get him.
Safety.
Get a tackle. We don't have any. We've got no depth on the defensive line, so get him. That's good.
Okay. All right. Done. All right, pick 194. Let's see.
Stereo.
Our buddy Jefferson's still there, linebacker.
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. There's some safeties, several receivers. There's a guy named Diego Pounds. He's an offensive tackle from Ole Miss. It's a great name.
That'd be 4 linemen for us.
Yeah, we don't need. I think we're.
Get the tackle.
The receiver Kendrick Law, the receiver from Kentucky's there.
I don't need a receiver. We already got one Kentucky receiver on the squad.
You want to take a tight end? The tight end from Indiana's there.
Yeah, go ahead. That's good.
Done. 225, final pick.
You already know. You already know who we're taking with that final pick.
Diego.
Is he there?
He is there.
Take him.
Done.
And all you people yelping about him, once he gets there with the Titans jersey and scores a touchdown on a 4th and 1 around the end, you'll go crazy.
So we go Jordan Tyson at 9 after a trade with Kansas City. Zion Young, edge rusher from Missouri at 35. Brandon, I think it's Cease, cornerback from South Carolina at 40. Josiah Trotter, linebacker from Missouri at 66. Demetrius Crownover, tackle from A&M at 101. Logan Jones, the center from Iowa at 109. Jeremiah Wright, a guard from Auburn at 142. Bryson Eason, a defensive tackle from Tennessee at 184. Riley Nowakowski, tight end from Indiana at 194. And then Pavia at 225.
I like it. I'm telling you, take Pavia in that 7th round. Yet, as we said earlier, 1 to 2% of those guys make the team. And if they do, you got something special. So go ahead and take a flyer on Diego Pavia.
All right. So we're going to post both of these on our YouTube channel at 1025 The Game. So you tell us in the comments which one you like better. of the 2 drafts we've done today.
Perfect.
And then I can't wait to see how wrong we were come Thursday.
Oh,
and
absolutely
Friday,
we're
Saturday.
wrong.
But coming up next, John McClain going to join the show. We'll do that next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, hour number 3 on this Monday. Time now to talk more NFL with our man John McClain down in Houston. John, happy draft week. How you doing?
I couldn't be better, guys. How are you?
We're doing fantastic. when you were, on the beat full time covering the NFL, whatever it was, I mean, was it today that you already heard some rumors of trades and teams like trying to move up or move back or whatever, but is this truly when the lying season really picks up?
Well, it doesn't just pick up. The lying season starts as soon as coaches and general managers start doing their news conferences before. Of course, they all do everything they can not to tell the truth about anything. And of course, almost all of them lie all the time when they say they're going to take the best player available, when they mean the best player available at a need position. And so things that I hear now, it's amazing. I was watching ESPN guys. Well, they could do this, they could do that, or they might not. And really, they're not telling us anything until we see something like Trent Williams has signed a 3-year extension, or Cincinnati at the last minute. That came out, that trade was made a week ago, and they kept it quiet. Until you see things that come true immediately, you never know for sure. People don't make it up. People lie to them, and they have to have things. Just think how much you guys have had to talk about the draft on the radio.
Yeah.
And how much pressure those ESPN people are and NFL Network to give you information that if you were to go back and you'd say, well, I think Adam Schefter said that, because you can't remember who said what or when they said it. But it's still interesting. Like I look at every single mock draft, and I still see some of them that have the Titans not taking Jeremiah Love, which to me would be the biggest upset. What they got to be worried about is Arizona trading with somebody. Some people think Arizona will take him, and I will think, well, they've known Jeremiah Love is a great prospect since after the season. So why would they have signed Tyler Algier as a free agent? Why would they have re-signed James Conner if neither one of those guys is going to start? But maybe they changed their mind, because it's a fact that players go up and down based on how they look in shorts and T-shirts.
I know the underwear Olympics. What can you think off the top of your head of a time where, whether it was Floyd or another GM or somebody, like kind of said something that sparked like, okay, what are they up to? It could be with the Texans as well, but one that you just stands out to you of a big move that you saw coming, or they tried to throw you off the trail, so to speak.
Well, because there was no social media, it wasn't as nearly as big a deal. There was not online sites. There were talk shows, but not as many as there are now. And it was big news if we found out Floyd had actually tell the truth about something. And if he did, it was an accident or he'd slipped up, because he used to give us all kind of grief after it was over about lying about everything or talking in circles, and he was a master at it. Nick Caserio, who's done a tremendous job rebuilding the Texans. I've never seen anybody who talked more and said less every time he's in front of the media. And you're looking for morsels of information. And there's been things that have slipped out, like I knew in 2002 the Texans were going to take David Carr, and it didn't matter how great of a prospect Julius Peppers was. They wanted a quarterback, and they had zeroed in on Carr the previous season when he was a senior at Fresno State. Turned out to be a huge mistake. Peppers in the Hall of Fame, and Carr's on the NFL Network the last time I looked. So as far as, there's been a lot of funny things that happen around the draft, and our players getting in trouble. The Laramie Tunsil gas mask thing, of all the things that I've seen, somebody put that out there on social media to try to hurt him, and they did. Cost him a lot of money, still the number one pick. Putting that out there, and of all things to put out, a guy hitting a bong with a gas mask, and he never lived it down. You say Laramie Tunsil, you don't think about all the Pro Bowls, been a high state offensive lineman 2 different times in history when he negotiated contracts with the Texans, but you think, the guy with a gas mask in the draft.
It was certainly something to see. John McClain's on the Jason Big Joe show. John, around here, Jeremiah Love sitting there at 4, Titans fans would love to get. But the Jets and the Cardinals at 2 and 3, how open do you think they are right now? Because I know the Jets got 2 picks in the first round. Jerry might give his 2 to move up there and do all that. I love the anticipation, John. I know you've covered a long time, but this year it seems to me so many different storylines could develop Thursday. It's going to be a fun night to watch no matter what happens, right?
No matter what. To me, my all-time favorite draft was the COVID draft where we got to see everybody at home. I had Roger Goodell in his basement, Cliff Kingsbury alone in his mansion and his big pool. I just thought that was great. Bill Belichick and his dog. I wish they did that every year. But, yes, because of the edge rushers being so good, the only thing we know for sure is Mendoza's going to the Raiders. And that may be the only one I get right. And and there will be a few trades. Some people say there's going to be more. Some people say less. And the truth is nobody has a bleeping clue.
No, you're right. John, it came out today that Anthony Richardson for the Colts has requested a trade. I mean, what a disaster, right? You just move on from that because everybody knew going in that was not going to work. Richardson's sample size at Florida was not very good. It wasn't large. It was small and everything that goes on. But that's a good one just to kind of move on from him and say goodbye. Would anybody want him, John?
Oh, yeah. There's good quarterback coaches that love to have him. What do you think Sean McVay would do with him, or Kyle Shanahan? Could Kyle Shanahan make anything out of him? What he did not have was experience. And he, along with Jamarcus Russell, are 2 great examples of guys that look great in shorts and T-shirts, and because they could throw the ball, and Russell couldn't move, but he could throw, and people fell for it. It's one thing for Chris Ballard to fall for it, but it's another one for Al Davis to fall for it. Ryan Leaf, to me, is the biggest bust in history. Ryan Leaf in 98, there were people that actually said, and you could Google it and find it. Unfortunately for them, they take Ryan Leaf over Peyton Miller, better size, more filled out, strong, better arm. And Leaf, of course, was a disaster. And the draft is littered with decisions like that. I remember one year, the Browns picked right after the Oilers. They had a big rivalry, and the Oilers took too long. And if your clock expires, the next team can draft.
Right.
And the Browns ran up there and put up a linebacker named Clifford Charlton, and they thought that they had bamboozled the Oilers, that the Oilers were going to take him, and messed around and did. And Charlton was a humongous bust. And the guy they took, Lorenzo White, was a 1,000-yard rusher. And one year, the Buccaneers took the wrong guy. They took, I can't remember who they passed up, but they took a Penn State guard named Sean Farrell, who played a long time and was really good. So there's all kind of draft day stuff surrounding it. One of my all-time favorite stories was on the COVID draft. They showed CeeDee Lamb at his family's home in Houston, bunch of family there. He's sitting on a sofa with his drop-dead gorgeous girlfriend next to him, and he's on the phone talking to the Cowboys, and he has a phone on his left thigh, and obviously it vibrated. She picked it up and started to look at the screen while he's talking to the Cowboys. He calmly took it out of her hand and put it face down back on his left knee and kept his hand on it. And I always wondered, obviously she was wondering who was calling her boyfriend. I'd love to know if they were still together.
Oh, that's a good one. It came out today that Ty Simpson was offered $6.5 million, John, by the Miami Hurricanes to come play for them. He decided to go pro. I thought that was kind of refreshing because he wanted his dream was to play in the NFL. But going forward, how much do you think things like that are going to influence guys to stay in college next year, which could really benefit them in the long run because they develop, they're getting paid. There's no sense to go to the NFL if you're not going to make that money and sit on the bench when you can go play and develop that way.
Well, Joe, you have to think of this. 2 general managers talked about this week. The longer you stay in college, the more hits you take, the more likely you've been to suffer injuries, whether they're nagging injuries or they're more serious injuries. And the time you come into NFL, you have experience, but you have a lot more wear and tear on your body. And if you're good, you're more likely to get 2 contracts. Your rookie, your next one, but you're not going to get a third one.
He is John McClain joining us here on this Monday. We'll have more with him coming up next from Houston here on 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday. Continue with John McClain. So, John, what will be your plans this year for the draft?
I'm going to I'll go over to Texans, but we have a big event for Gridiron Legends of Texas for charity downtown where they have the big celebration at the convention center while the headquarters is over at NRG Stadium. And it's amazing to me how much the draft has changed since I did my first one, all for the better. I'd like to be home sitting in front of my TV by myself where I could hear everything instead of talking to people. I've always thought all the features they show on TV, sometimes I like to just sit there and listen to them. And like I do at the Super Bowl, since I don't cover Super Bowls anymore after doing over 40. And but I figured I got to get out, shake some hands, and enjoy. Texans had 3 picks in the first 2 rounds. People are pumped about that. And last year, Nick Caserio traded out of the first round. People are bummed, of course. And but it's still such a great time for the fans, and I know they're fired up for Mike Bergonzi to take Jeremiah Love.
Well, I'm hoping, but I'm just, as Joe has mentioned, like, we're all scared he's going to be gone, but we'll see. And you've dealt with enough GMs over the years. Did you ever get a sense from somebody that, okay, if a guy you absolutely love is not there, then are you more likely to be open to trading back? And I wonder if that's where the Titans are. If there's somebody, like whether it's Love or Reese or Bailey or whoever, that isn't there, or they're getting a ton of phone calls, would it behoove them to try and move back a few spots and add more picks?
Well, it depends on the pick, of course. There are not many guys that are supposed to be stars. Now, it may end up with 50 who are going to be stars. You can't tell. But David Bailey and Arvell Reese are, a lot of people say they're going 2. So if one of them goes 2 and Love goes 3, Bergonzi and Saleh cannot go wrong taking Bailey or Reese, whichever one is left over. Sometimes, if you look at all the bad draft choices the Titans have made through the years in the first round, they've screwed up a lot. Most teams do. Some teams don't. That's the ones that stay consistently on top as a playoff contender. But if you got a guy to be a rare player, you better think really carefully before you trade and take a guy who's not, you don't believe. It's not what the media or the fans think. It's what you believe. And they believe last year Cam Ward was the guy for them. We all feel good about it, but we're not going to know for sure for another 2 or 3 years how good Cam Ward's going to be. And a lot of it has to be the people they put around him. And there are worse things than building a defense like the Texans have built, where they help you get to the playoffs. You win a playoff game. You don't get any farther in the second round because your offense is constantly changing. And both of those guys, Reese or Bailey, are going to be stars, and people shouldn't be sad or angry if they end up with one of them because Jeremiah Love went 3rd.
Interesting to know that. John, it's been 20 years since the Mario Williams pick for the Houston Texans. Take me back to that night, because we all thought Vince Young, being from Houston, what he'd just done in the Rose Bowl, would be the perfect fit. I know you guys already had David Carr and all that, but where were you when you found out that Mario Williams was going to be the pick, and just kind of the chaos that happened after that?
Vince was never going to be the number 1 pick of the Texans. They liked Carr. They thought they needed a good quarterback coach. One reason they hired Gary Kubiak from Denver in 2006. They thought he could make Carr into the star they thought he was worth. And Gary spent 1 season with him, got rid of him, and traded for Matt Schaub, and they won 2 division titles. So we all knew it wasn't going to be Vince. We thought it was going to be Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush was the best player in the draft. I never heard Mario Williams' name till after he worked out at the combine. Texans didn't even go to his pro day. And they started telling me, Kubiak and Charlie Cashley, the GM, how much they love the guy. And I said, y'all are just trying to get me to write to scare Reggie Bush's agent, Joel Siegel, into taking your offer. And they swore it was not true. I didn't believe them. the night before the draft, my talk show, we had gone to New York. We're outside Madison Square Garden, and we're doing our show there. And I'm talking about, I think they're going to take Reggie Bush the next day. Charlie Casserly texts me during a break, said we've reached an agreement with Mario Williams. We're going to be announcing it in about 10 minutes. And I'm like, holy bleep. So we come back on the air, and I said, you know, guys, I've been thinking about this a little more. You know, defense wins championships. I think they need to pivot from Reggie Bush and go with Mario Williams, and here's why. And I remember one of the hosts said, well, there you go. John McClain's done a 360. He's going with Mario Williams. Oh, Texans just announced they reached agreement with Mario Williams, and I told them the truth. I didn't tell them who told me. I said, I got a tip, and that's the only reason I changed it. And it turned out to be the right move, and that was the best draft in franchise history, including 23 when they got Stroud and Anderson with the second and third picks, because first pick of the second round was D'Amico Ryans. First two picks of the third round were two starting offensive tackles. One, Eric Winston, started for years. The other one had a career-ending injury. Owen Daniels was a really good tight end. So even that 23 draft wasn't the best. And Mario turned out to be worth it. He was a double-digit sack guy.
Right.
And when they brought in Wade Phillips to be the defensive coordinator in 11, and they switched from a 4-3 to a 3-4, Mario stayed on as a 290-pound outside linebacker, and he got hurt, and they determined that's not the kind of outside linebacker we need, so he went to Buffalo, and D'Amico Ryans was not a 3-4. He was a 4-3 middle linebacker, so they traded him to Philadelphia, but they went to the playoffs, won a game, and they've improved to number 2 in defense because they used their first-round pick on a guy named Watt.
That's crazy. What a great pick that was in 2011. Chase and I, John, were talking about after the fourth, basically after the third round, you need those guys to go. But 4th through 7th, you can get some good guys there that can really contribute. There's a guy that the Texans took in 2012 in the 4th round, a guy by the name of Ben Jones, who had a heck of a career in Houston, heck of a career in Tennessee. So you just never really know. It's all about the fit, right?
Yeah, we had no idea when they drafted Ben. He played guard at first, and then he moved to center. All we knew is he was a weirdo. When it was cold on the road, he'd be out there barefoot in pregame warm-ups, and we didn't know anything about Ben. And then once he got to center, he was really good. Everybody liked him. Everybody respected him, and they were bummed when he left, especially when he went to the Titans and picked up where he left off, except he became even better. And remember, a 7th round pick used to be a mid-round pick.
That's right.
And there were a lot of good players taking the 6th, 7th, and 8th rounds. Back then, they'd say, well, you got to hit in the 7th, 8th, and 9th rounds of this 12-round draft. That's where you build your special teams and your backups who are ready to play when they're necessary. Blaine Bishop, one of the best players in franchise history, he wouldn't have been drafted today. Blaine was their last 8th round pick.
Wow. That is crazy to think about. John McClain is with us. Without getting into it too much, because I feel like, I don't want to spend a ton of time on what coaches and reporters do in their personal time, but how does Mike...
perception of impropriety. You're talking in journalism 101. The perception of impropriety is as bad as impropriety. And for Diana Rossini, who's a good reporter, and I've always liked her to put herself in that situation, she forgot about journalism 101. Now, Mike Vrabel, Mike, he's got to answer to Jennifer, but nobody does anything to coaches for things like that. And I believe Rossini will return for a website, not as an insider, but to give her opinion. She'll probably get her a podcast, a YouTube channel. Somebody like Barstool will probably hire her. And I hope she lands on her feet but she just made a grievous mistake, even if it was all totally innocent. You never, as a reporter, a female reporter. Put yourself in that position, because there has been, is, and will always be a double standard against women.
So how does Mike Vrabel go about this with the draft press conferences that are all coming up? He didn't do the pre-draft press conference, which isn't crazy because he didn't always do it here. But how do you know Thursday night when they're talking about their draft, somebody's going to ask, how does he combat that?
Well, first of all, his VP of Communications, Stacey James, who's been there for all the Gates, the Belichick, backing out on the Jets, every controversy they've had, Stacey's been there, head of media relations. And I'm sure Stacey James will come up there and say, guys, I know you got questions, but this is about football. It's about the draft. It's not about anything else. And because it's Boston and New England, somebody will try to frame a question to get one in there. And the key is, will Mike snap his head off like Mike has been known to do, or will Mike just continue on and say, look, Stacey told you it's all football. I'll answer any football questions you have, and that mixes it.
Well, I can't wait to see him because you know him. He will definitely snap some heads off. So it'll be interesting to see for sure.
I don't think we're going to see that from Mike. I think on the draft night, we're going to, if somebody asks him on anything, I think he'll bite his lip and be very pleasant.
Yeah. John, appreciate the time as always. We will talk to you post-draft and looking forward to it.
You guys have a lot of fun. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. John McClain joining us here on the program as he does every Monday here on the Chase and Big Joe show, and he is certainly one of the best. Chase and Big Joe presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel, and our off-season sponsor is Tennessee Brew Works. They're the official craft beer of the football off-season, and all of our coverage here on 102.5 The Game. We'll react to that and much more coming up next. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday. Appreciate John McClain for joining us. And a reminder, the draft show coming up Thursday night. Draft night in Nashville. Chasing Big Joe plus Derek Mason.
Derek
Can't
Mason. Get out there, Derek. Let's have a good time, Bubba. Thursday night.
He doesn't know what he's signing up for, does he?
He has no idea.
But it'll be fun.
We talk about the draft all the time, and look, when the Titans came here in '97, part of the draft there, you were still in high school and all that other stuff. So they took Kenny Holmes, Kevin Dyson, the '99, the Javon Curse thing that hit really hard, and there's you felt good. You had Bullock in 2000, the Titans took that Hainsworth in 2002. They didn't have a top pick in 2001, and then you're not always going to hit the home run. Andre Woolfolk in 2003 was just. He was great as a DB at Oklahoma. It just didn't work in the pro game.
Yep.
And that's a frustrating part. I wish I would have been able to talk to Floyd Reese about that. What happens when you see a guy that plays at such a high level at Oklahoma, and Woolfolk was good there, and then he comes here and he's just not good. I mean, what happened from Norman, Oklahoma to Nashville, Tennessee, where Andre Woolfolk just wasn't good? It was a really, so he said, it was a terrible pick. No, it really wasn't, because he was good at Oklahoma. That's why if I'm a Borgonzi or a GM, you got sleepless nights, man, because you got to hit a home run for this guy on your first round pick. You got to hit a home run.
There's really no getting around it. I mean, this has got to be, and I think there can be different definitions of what a home run is, but worst case scenario, this guy has to contribute and play for your team.
For at least,
you're not asking him to be a Hall of Famer.
No.
But he's got to be a damn good player for your team. And I mean, we can go back and, you remember when Corey Davis was taken 5th overall. I think we can all sit here and go, that guy was not a 5th overall pick.
Right.
But he was a player that contributed to the team, so how do you judge that? Was it a reach? Of course. But
yeah.
Was he a good player that contributed for this team? Yeah.
Well,
I'd say he was.
The same draft. They took Adoree Jackson at 18. Adoree Jackson at USC was a badass. Still, he was great in college, man.
Would you say that Adoree Jackson, at what pick was he?
18th,
was a bigger disappointment overall as a player than Corey Davis was, even being at 5?
Not at all. Adoree Jackson's still playing football.
He still is, but I'm talking about for your team. Corey Davis, I think, made more of an impact on this team than Adoree Jackson. You're not going to hear me say that I like where either one of them were picked, because I think Corey Davis was probably a 3rd-round pick with how he turned out, but I'm not the 5th overall, so that's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, I think Corey Davis probably made a bigger impact than Adoree Jackson.
I don't think Vrabel liked Adoree Jackson.
He didn't. No, I agree with that.
He was there. Malarkey was there in 17. He had a good year. Then Adoree came in. Adoree talked about when he went to the Giants how him and Vrabel didn't get along, but I think because Vrabel coached him really hard and demanded a lot out of him, and he didn't like that. So still playing, but I get it. I mean, he gave you your 4 years here in Tennessee. The 20 season wasn't good because he was injured. But, he played 17, 18, 19 and contributed well. But I just think that Vrabel saw him in a different way. And when they drafted him, John Robinson had drafted him to come in at 18. But Adoree Jackson in college. But again, I don't fault the pick because I saw how good he was at USC. And you got to pray that translates to the National Football League. If it does, fantastic. If not, you'll never hear the end of it. That's the Isaiah Wilson thing in 2020. He was a mauler at Georgia. Nobody saw this come with Isaiah Wilson. You could say, well, there are a few games he took plays off. Everybody takes plays off. Everybody does. But nobody saw just the exact, absolute just disaster he would be coming in here. So, again, that kind of started the thing with Robinson, and the 21 pick in Farley was not good, and on and on. But, again, you're not going to hit them all, man. But when you miss, man, everybody sees that.
Everyone, they hold on to your misses more than your heads, which is sad. But that's just kind of how we live in this day and time.
It is,
unfortunately. Pal. So I'm just ready for it to be here. I'm tired of the speculation. I'm more excited about once the team is pretty much set, which, there's going to be a couple of additions and all that here and there. You're going to have a little bit of a run on free agency post draft to kind of fill some positions. But, when you get into May, you're pretty much, all right, this is the team you're going to camp with.
Yep.
And let's see what happens. And I think that's exciting for this team.
And I think the Titans have done themselves well to put in a position to really have a much better football team this year. And I loved when we had Jeff Fisher on Thursday talking about Robert Saleh. He's like, camp's going to be different because there's not going to be a damn daycare going on at training. I was like, yes, exactly right. You got a coach in there who's going to bust your ass every day in practice. And I think that's what this franchise needs. He's got a great coaching staff. He's got players that have bought in now. Now you got to go out and you got to get it done. And after the draft, they'll bring the undrafted free agents in. The next biggest thing we look forward to is the season. And I told you, I think the Titans deserve – they've been on the road the last 3 years, I think. I would like to see them open the season in September versus the Jags in Nashville.
Yeah, that'd be good.
You immediately you got an AFC South opponent you're playing. You beat them. You're up 2 games on them, basically. You got to win over them, and you got to win over them inside the division. So I think that'd be great. But that's what we look forward to next is that, all right, how's the schedule going to work out for them? What's going to happen? And get a home game versus the Jags.
Yeah, I am. I'll be curious. So when do they do the schedule? It's usually like
mid-May.
Yeah. So we'll get that.
Yep.
I like
yes, sir.
I like that. I like when we get the schedule because that really gets me excited.
It gets you fired up. Chase can actually point things on the calendar.
I sure can. We can make plans.
Is this a Cowboy year again for them?
No.
6, 12, 18, 24.
Well, I can tell you. Hang on. I can tell you the opponents. Just a moment. You good? Mm-hmm.
How we doing there?
I love that so much. Here's what we got. At home, you got your division with Houston, Indianapolis, Jacksonville, Cleveland, the Jets, Eagles. It is a Cowboys year. You're right. Eagles, Steelers, Commanders. On the road, Houston, Indy, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Dallas, Detroit, Las Vegas, the Giants.
Okay. I like it.
Give me Thanksgiving. Give me Thanksgiving. You got Detroit or Dallas. Give me Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow. They haven't played. They played in 97. They played Dallas. And in 2008, they played the
Detroit.
Lions.
That was the 0-16 year, right?
That was Dave Ball went crazy in that game.
Yeah. I mean, this could be the year. I've never been to a home Cowboys game. That would be fun to go down to Dallas.
It would be.
But I mean, think about it. You got Dallas and Detroit in the same year. Give me Thanksgiving. Put the Titans on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, they good. Didn't they just play Detroit 2 years ago up there and got the snot beat out of
them? Yeah, but
them?
remember with the extra game, with the 17th game, it kind of that's why it rotates.
Okay. All right.
So they're playing the NFC East. But then they get, I guess the extra game comes from the NFC North. Because that'd be fun. It's not going to happen, but like,
never know, man.
It'd be fun.
Why don't you be like Dan Patrick and just throw something out there that you're hearing? One of Chase's sources is hearing.
No, don't put that.
That the Titans are playing the Cowboys. They didn't say where. That the Titans are playing the Cowboys.
Isn't that from the Unathletic?
Yeah, he's been off lately. We got to get him back on his beat. Get him going. I just more breaking news. But Thursday will be fun at T-Line to see what happens, and then Pittsburgh gets a draft this year, then Washington next year, and then Nashville get that in 2055 or something again.
Something like that. Coming up next, we'll tell you what day it is in celebrity birthdays here on Chase and Big Joe 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday. Tee it up with us. It's the 5th annual 615 Open, May 28th at the Hermitage Golf Course. Once again, we support Folds of Honor to help them fund life-changing scholarships for families of America's fallen heroes. You can register now to play or sponsor at 615open.com, and we are certainly looking forward to that. With that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
Okay, first on the list, we have National Cheddar Fries Day. So if you enjoy that, go ahead.
Cheddar fries?
Cheddar fries.
Oh,
I
that
don't know why
sounds
they just
good,
say
yeah.
cheese fries, but cheddar fries. Let's see. Chinese Language Day is today. Boston Marathon Day. That's why the Red Sox played earlier today.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Let's see here. National Lookalike Day. National Pineapple Upside Down Cake. Ooh, that's delicious. Let's see here. National Cold Brew Day. Volunteer Volunteer Recognition Day. Goodness gracious. Let's learn my words. Lima Bean Respect Day. I guess we got to put respect on the lima beans. And I'm not making this up. Doge Day is today. So you have, talking about Odell earlier about his Bitcoin thing. Dogecoin. There you go.
Okay. Is that like Doja Cat?
Somewhat.
That same thing, whatever it is. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Get these within 2. Dr. Crane, you get to go first today. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Crane, how old is the old ball coach, Steve Spurrier?
83.
It's pretty good. 80.
81. Chasing what? 1-0. Chaser, how old is Donnie Baseball? Don Mattingly. Former Nashville Sound Don Mattingly.
61.
70.
65. How old, Dr. Crane, is former San Diego Charger kicker John Carney? You played fantasy football back in the 90s. You remember John Carney very well.
49.
64.
62. Chase up 2-0. Chaser, how old is the greatest basketball player who ever came out of the University of Tennessee? He's better than Bernard King. Allen Houston.
60.
61.
55. Dr. Crane, how old is former MMA fighter Tyson Griffin?
49.
47.
42. Chase up 3-0. Chase, how old is?
How am I up 3-0?
Because you got that.
I said 47.
Oh, did you?
42.
Oh, 42. My bad.
Thanks.
I was writing the next one.
New rules. Get it within 5.
Yeah, there you go. God dang it. 2-0. How old is George Takei?
Is that me?
Yes.
Mr. Sulu is 82.
78.
89. Dr. Crane, how old is great actress Jessica Lange?
60.
71.
77. Chaser, how old is Marty McFly's dad, Crispin Glover? Hey, you, keep your damn hands off my whatever it was.
Yeah. 78.
76.
62. God, you guys are terrible.
Thanks.
Dr. Crane, how old is Carmen Electra?
44.
51.
54. All right, speed round. Here we go. Chase, how old is Ron Howard's brother, actor Clint Howard? He's got no business being in there for the movie
70.
77.
67. Dr. Grant, how old is country singer Wade Hayes?
80.
71.
57.
Nice.
Your favorite actor, Chase? Joey Lawrence from Blossom.
63.
67.
50. God, you guys don't care today at all about this game. Last one, Dr. Crane. How old is actor Clayne Crawford? He played Martin Riggs on the TV version of Lethal Weapon, and everybody hated him. Clayne Crawford.
70.
78.
48. Chase wins the worst celebrity birthday game of all time, 2-0 over Dr. Crane. It's a Monday, right? Case of the Mondays.
Al says, no freaking way Houston is better than Bernard King.
All day long. Alan Houston had no supporting cast. Bernard King had Ernie Grunfeld. and a few other good players too. Allen Houston had nobody around him and put up gigantic numbers. Debate for another day.
Yeah, it is.
You're like, shut up. Oh, we're going to sleep.
Is the Edmonton Elks, they're a CFL team, right?
What, they're the Edmonton Eskimos?
No, you're right. They're the Elks.
They're the
They
Elks.
changed their name?
Mm-hmm. They're green. They're like the Packers
Yeah.
colors, green and yellow.
Man.
They put a tweet out 2 hours ago, and I thought this was cool. We acknowledge our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Congrats on winning the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania this past Saturday. Joe Anoa'i, or Roman Reigns, was a former member of the Edmonton Elks.
They sure was, right?
Yep.
And I think The Rock played for one of those teams like up there too as well. Maybe British Columbia or one of those teams.
Yeah, potentially. And they're cousins. But yeah, WrestleMania was this past week. It was okay, but the main event last night was pretty good.
So you're not signing off, giving a good B+? This is not good.
I'd probably go C+ for the whole weekend.
That's not good at all.
Yeah, I mean there were some good matches for sure, but and last night was the best one by far.
In the 10 seconds we have, what would have made it better?
Better build up. I didn't mind the matches. I didn't mind the booking. It's just I needed a little more build for some of these things.
That's it. All right.
So
now you know.
That's kind of my thought on it. But Twitter agrees. So that is going to do it for us here today.
Hey, as we leave every show every day with our guys out there, listen, man, you're doing fantastic. You're doing fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. Know how much you are loved, how great you're doing after all that you've been through. You are still here. Continue to ask God for opportunities and watch him do amazing things in your life. Again, you are powerful. We love you. And more importantly, more than anything else in this world, please know how much God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. DVD coming your way next here on 102.5 The Game.